I want to spend a few minutes today talking about this week's Parsha, Parashat Bhaalotcha. This week we have a very dramatic narrative called the narrative of Pesach Sheni. The way the story is presented in the Torah, a group of people come to Moshe and they complain. They say it's not fair that we were deprived of the mitzvah of Korban Pesach. And their claim is fairly precise. They say, Anachu tme'im l'nefesh adam. We were tme'im, we were ritually impure. Lama nigara livoti hakriv korban Hashem b'moado. Why should the fact that we were tme'im, why should this have prevented us from performing the mitzvah of Korban Pesach? And the Mefarshim really struggled to understand the nature of this claim. After all, if you think about it, the claim, so to speak, the answer to their claim is found in the claim itself. What's the question? The question is, why were we not able to perform the Korban Pesach? And the answer, as they themselves reference, is because you were Tme'im. Not only that, the Gemara says, and from this story we learn an important klal in halacha called Osek b'mitzvah pater min mitzvah. That a person who's involved in a mitzvah, and the involvement in that mitzvah prevents him from performing another mitzvah, so his involvement in the first mitzvah exempts him from the performance of the second mitzvah. So the Gemara says in this case, these Jews were involved in bringing the bones of Yosef to Eretz Yisrael. That's a mitzvah. And their involvement in that mitzvah precluded them from performing the mitzvah of Korban Pesach. So it's not only that they were Tme'im and they were not able to do the mitzvah, but halachically they were pater, they were exempt from Korban Pesach. So if they were exempt, what was the claim? Why did they even come to Moshe and say, it's not fair? Moshe's reaction could simply be, okay, it's no big deal, don't worry about it. You weren't chayv in the mitzvah, you were pater in the mitzvah, based on the klal of osek mitzvah, pater min mitzvah. But I think that the answer to understanding their claim represents a very profound insight into how we view mitzvahs in general. I think these Jews came to Moshe and said, look, Moshe, we understand halachically, we understand formally, we're patur, we're exempt. But their claim was broader in the sense that they were saying, is there any way that despite our exemption, we can still experience the empowerment of Korban Pesach? In other words, they viewed mitzvahs as not simply formal activities, but exercises which empower the Jew, right? Which engage the Jew, which provide him with a direct contact with the experience that connects him to Hashem. And their feeling was, even though they were exempt formally from the mitzvah, they felt bad. They felt something missing in their lack of their performance. And then the solution that Moshe comes up with Hashem, of Pesach Sheni, provides a mechanism for these Jews to feel better and experience the mitzvah that they had initially been exempt from. So I think this is a very powerful message to think about before Shabbos, to think about our relationship to mitzvahs in the broadest sense. And think particularly about, do we have this attitude of these Pesach Sheni Jews? Do we view mitzvahs as simply formal activities, and as a result are okay with being exempt, so to speak, via technicality? Or do we view mitzvahs as empowering opportunities to confront and to engage Hashem? And therefore, even in the event that we're technically exempt from the mitzvah, we feel a sense that something's missing in our lives by virtue of this lack of fulfillment. Have a great Shabbos.